So week 2 of marathon training is here and the body is still trying to get used to the increase in volume, but feeling much fresher than last week. So that begs the question, can I nail this week's session? What is up guys, Andy Forrest, Team Runner here. Welcome back to another video, and this is week 2 of my Newport Marathon Training 2023. So welcome back to another episode. Delighted to have you guys here and appreciate you guys sticking along for the journey. This week has been a good week and I'm excited to share it with you because this is all about trying to find that marathon groove. Moving up from shorter distance training is all about being patient and trying to manage the fatigue in the first couple of weeks as you kind of try and get used to the new style of training, and that's exactly what this has been about. Last week I was full of fatigue leading into the session. This week I was feeling a heck of a lot fresher. So let's roll straight into this and see how we did. So welcome to week 2 of this marathon training series and the feature workout for this week. It's Wednesday and it's around about just coming up to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so just trying to get out there before it gets too dark. And today's workout is an absolute savage one. I'm dreading it and I'm gonna let Will explain what it is.
Good evening, Mr. Rayner. Back to business with this marathon block, and I've got to say that long run at the weekend with Mr. Matt Rees, definitely Matt Rees, that's his name. Really good, mate, solid. I can tell you are a aerobic monster, so I bet that has given you some confidence. But as we move into the next week, you know, there's still plenty of work to do. Tuesday, we have slightly turned up that midweek long. It was 1 hour and 15 the week last week, hour and 20 this week. That midweek session, boy oh boy, this is your first proper like marathon style session. Yeah. It's going to be 10 times, 3 minutes off, 3 minutes on. I want you working 10 to 15 seconds above and below your tempo threshold. Basically, that 1 hour race pace. Don't really want arguments on what the name of calling it. It's your 1 hour race pace. So 10 to 15 seconds either side. It's going to hurt. To be honest, I'd say ease into it and start kind of that like definitely easier end to begin with and then work it up. Right, annoyingly, there was supposed to be a 10-mile race this weekend and it would have been nice to see what you're capable of the longer distance, but it's fine, we pivot, we move. Let's do like a long run workout. You should be strong enough. It's going to hurt because you've had that hard session on the Wednesday, but it's a marathon hurt. So 60 minutes, let's keep it at the lower end of the steady. Just ease into it, make it progressive. Then 5 sets of 3 minutes off, 3 minutes on. 3 minutes on, but it's going to be similar place to where your Wednesday workout was at. Basically, it's just getting speed going through your legs whilst they're already fatigued. After you've done those 5 sets, another 30 minutes steady. Can you hold on? Can you hang on? It's going to hurt. How many times have I said it's going to hurt? If it was a drinking game, you'd be drunk basically. But have a great weekend. Let me know how it goes.
Now I'm confident in doing intervals and then floating at a steady sort of pace, but I've never attempted to keep the pace so tight together with this workout. So it's going to be really interesting, and I'm approaching this with great caution because ultimately what I don't want to do is absolutely blow halfway through the workout and then basically go to having a solid rep and then a really rubbish jog, because it's just going to defeat the whole object of the workout and the training effect that I'm trying to get from this one. So I'm going to go into it, I'm going to ease into this with caution. Maybe the paces on the first couple of reps might be a bit slower. I'm just going to gauge how I feel, get the first 2 done and then see how we do. Of course, I'm going to roll straight into the drills and strides in the workout, but before that, let's see what we got up to earlier this week. So good morning, welcome to week 2 run 1. It's Monday and it's just about to get light. 45 minutes, nice and easy. 40 or 45, I can't remember. I'm going to be doing 45 out here on the industrial estate, kick-starting this week. It is still really cold, but fingers crossed by the middle of this week the cold snap will have disappeared, because I'm telling you now, I'm fed up of this cold weather. But it's a good way to start the week, feeling good. Let's roll into this one. So there we go, Tuesday medium long run done, 80 minutes in the bank. Really happy with that. Didn't even bother taking the GoPro out this morning because today is definitely the coldest day of winter so far, like in terms of the mornings. -7 last night here, and when I got out the door it was just absolutely freezing. So really happy to bank that 1 point. Right, drills and strides done, and as last week I forgot to record on that Tuesday evening, so again another 45 minutes, or just over 45 minutes with Matt, nice and easy, heart rate very low. Goal on that race was no heroes. I usually go out with Matt and run a little bit too fast on those easy runs, so we kept it controlled. So fatigue today is a heck of a lot better than it was last week. Still there, legs are quite heavy, but feeling a lot fresher. I'm heading back up towards the college here. Basically what we're going to do today is come down here around, loop around onto the industrial estate, out that way, up the hill that end, turn around and just keep doing this straight, which is about 10 minutes from start to finish at the end. So we're going to be doing this about 6 or 7 times through the workout. Okay, 3 done. Paces are decent on the ons, can't get near it on the offs, but having said that, they're the fastest offs that I've ever run. So right now 6:15 per mile, that's roughly where it's been for the others. So 3 done, 7 to go. Done. This is going better than I thought it would, if I'm honest. Holding pace, holding strong. Maybe I mentally talked myself out of this one. 4 to go. So there we go, workout done. Really happy with that, although when you do interval mode it doesn't give you the last rest. So I've run 57 minutes rather than an hour. It came up as a workout complete. I know I could have kept running, but I'm going to try and sort that out next time, because I know there's a setting somewhere that says don't stop on the last interval. I've seen someone post about it. So yeah, really flipping happy. All of those on paces were 5:20s or 5:30s, which is, in my head I was going for 5:40 straight off the bat, but I committed straight away, feeling cruisy and good, and it came up with like a 5:20 something for the first rep, and I was like, all right, I know it's a little bit downhill, but we'll settle into it and probably clip over some late 5:30s, early 5:40s. Never happened, just felt good all the way. The offs they weren't, I suppose really in this context, they should have been around the 5:55s to 6:05s, in that realm, but they weren't. However, it was the fastest I've ever floated in a workout or done off reps, and a lot of them were like, a couple were 6:0 something. The main bulk of them were 6:10s to 6:20s. I think there was a couple in the 6:30s, but I was going uphill, and yeah, I mean, I just can't grumble. I think that was much more of a mental battle than I made it out to be. Endorphin Pros, 160 odd miles in them now, still going strong. What a shoe. Really grateful I chose that one for today's workout, and yeah, I can't grumble. What a way to come back from last week's kind of over fatigued workout. Get in there. So just very quickly echo my sentiments a second ago. Really happy with that. Yes, I didn't quite hit the paces that Will wanted me to, but that is quite frankly the best that I've ever run in terms of that type of workout. I don't really do many sort of over and unders or whatever you want to call it, just working above and below a certain pace range. I just don't do it enough really. I've done it a few times, but never in a marathon training block and never to this volume. So I think it was kind of playing on my mind that this was going to be quite daunting, and I knew that if I went out there and nailed those first couple of 3-minute ons too hard, it was just going to make the session unbearable. And despite the fact that I was really shocked with how the pace was, I really didn't look at the pace at all in the first couple of reps and just dialed into how I felt, and that was the key. I felt calm, smooth, relaxed, wasn't grimacing, just putting in a hard, controlled effort. And those paces turned out the way they were. So really happy with fitness, really happy with how that went, and delighted to have nailed that session. So just pausing mid-run so that I can give you guys an update on today. It's Friday, completely forgot my GoPro. So I thought I'd showcase with you guys out here on the trails, getting some nice easy miles in. 50 minutes easy today. Just the one layer today. Things are warming up just a touch. Really grateful because I'm just fed up, A, of the washing load, but B, it being so damn cold. So nice and easy 50 minutes today before this weekend's long run, which is now a long run. It's no longer a race. Sadly, Staverton 10-mile race that I had planned has been cancelled due to roadwork. So really gutted, feeling really good shape, wanted to go and race, but we make use of what we have. It's going to be a long run day tomorrow. Really excited for that. Hopefully another separate video recorded. And just so you're aware, 361 Centauri shoes again for the win. Really enjoying these shoes. Really surprised me how comfy they are. Really breaking in nicely. Really soft, really cushioned. I'm going to get this run done. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, we survived. 2 hours 10 minutes or just over. Meant to be 2 hours today. Went out a little bit further on the trail, so we had a little bit further. And just a couple of thoughts before we wrap this one up. One of the reasons why I think I felt so good on that session, because ultimately I'm going to be having a medium long run on the Tuesday and then my session on the Wednesday. And I think last week it was playing in my head a little bit that the fatigue was there from the race, but also I'd had like a 17 or 16 mile day the day before with the medium long run in the morning and the easy double in the evening. What I did to mitigate that this week and feel a heck of a lot better on the Wednesday was not only did I not have a race, but on the Monday, I kept things quite relaxed. And my goal on the Tuesday for that medium steady long run was to run it a heck of a lot more calmer, really at that lower end of my steady range. And that showed in the data at the end. I don't really look at data when I'm running, don't really look at the paces. I don't have auto lap on this thing, I just run. And although the average pace was still decent in the 640s, my heart rate for the whole run was 143 beats a minute, whereas last week it was 149. And I definitely felt last week I was tipping into probably zone 3 or tipping into that next level up, which I don't need to go into with these medium long runs. So I kept it really controlled this week and really smart. And then following that on in the evening, Matt had done some lactate testing in the morning. He said, yeah, up for a double, up for an easy run, but let's keep it slow, no heroes tonight. And that's exactly what we did. So normally with Matt, I get a bit carried away. We run a little bit fast on the easy side, but we just didn't. 750 something, 757 per mile, really calm, really relaxed. Again, 130 beats a minute heart rate. I basically kept the day before at the lower end of the pace ranges. And I think that's made a massive difference as to why the session went better than I hoped it would. So that's 64 miles total for the week. Really happy with how that went. The long run video is going to be a separate video once again. I'm really grateful to Matt for his time this weekend. Again, he came out with me. We nailed an epic long run and I can't wait to share that with you guys because it's the first long run workout of the block. So stay tuned. That will be the next video on the channel. Fingers crossed tomorrow. And that is it for week 2. Really happy, feeling really calm, really composed, in a good place, feeling good. Let's keep that ball rolling. Let's hope that that trend continues. I hope you guys are having amazing marathon training or training for whatever you're training for. Fingers crossed it's going well for you. And yeah, I'm excited for you as hopefully you are for me, and we can keep this ball rolling and keep going. That's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a like, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel for weekly running content, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Until then.